Show. I have Derek and Felicia Fry. I believe everyone has greatness in them. As a personal trainer, it's my goal to get people to push themselves and to see the greatness in them that I see. And some people have stories so great, so incredible, I felt the need to share them with the world. Join me as I sit down and talk with some of the people who define greatness in our generation. This is the Junior Wakefield Show. I'm Junior Wakefield, and today's my guest is, they're just fun. They're different. They're getting married. So today I want to introduce my special guests, Derek Fry and Felicia Rodriguez. How you guys doing?
We're good. Or I'm good, at least.
Are you speaking for Derek?
Sometimes.
Just like at home.
Okay. Just like at home. Okay. Now, when I asked you guys to be on the show, because each one of you have been on the What's on Your Plate show.
Yes.
But I asked you guys to be on the Junior Wakefield show. So we're going to have a nice conversation.
Okay.
And the first question I want to ask you guys, why are you guys getting married?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, you didn't have to say it like that. I mean, why are you getting married?
Because of him.
Because of me.
Because of him.
Okay, so if everybody who out there who got that, because I didn't get that, let's touch it a little bit more.
Let's expand on that.
Most definitely. Now, Felicia, why are you getting married to Derek?
Well, because I love him and he asked me.
Mm-hmm. No, let's go back. No, wait, you know what? Let me change this up a little bit.
Okay.
How did you guys meet?
Through you.
There you go. There you go. So when you say Junior Wakefield and Junior Wakefield Show, and you can say personal trainer, matchmaker, and it works, I guess.
Yes.
So which makes it even better.
And soon to be officiate.
There you go. Now I have a question for it. Well, we're going to get into that in just a second. Now, when you met Derek, what was the first thing that you thought about?
When I first met him,
Yeah, when you first met him.
I didn't want to talk to him.
Why?
Because I didn't want to waste my time.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, Derek. Now, when you met Felicia, what did you think?
Well, she's got a very strong personality. I always thought she was beautiful, first and foremost. But she's got a very strong personality, very standoffish. Because originally we met through the company that I still work for, and it's kind of a cutthroat company when you get into the restaurant business. Because so many people come and go in the restaurant business, it's one of those things that you have to establish yourself within the restaurant before people start to open up and start to talk to you. And with Felicia being at the restaurant for so long, before I got there, she was already established, had her relationships within the restaurant, and I was trying to get to know people. She was very standoffish. She didn't talk to me and didn't care to have conversation with me. So it was quite a few years later before we got to know each other on a more personal note. And here we are today, sitting next to each other.
That's amazing. Now here's a question: When did it click?
When did I go in? I went during restaurant week, and
you sat in the bar.
I actually sat at the chef's counter, and
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Came up to me.
Yes.
We started talking, and then for some random reason, he started coming up to me and talking to me, and I'm like, why is this fool talking to me? I've never talked to him before, and we became Facebook friends, and that was the end of it. And then about 6 months after that, I came in to the bar.
Yep.
And had a girls' night, and that's really when our relationship really started to progress.
Now, the reason I ask those questions, especially about, why are you getting married and things like that. Society has a different take on relationships. Relationships is you can be boyfriend and girlfriend for 20 years and not have to worry about, getting married. What made you guys decide to get married?
Me.
Him.
Okay.
Once again.
Him.
I was
She
perfectly,
did not want to get married.
Yeah, I was perfectly fine being, that new norm of being together forever without being married. And I told him this. And he made me fall in love with him and then told me.
Wait. Go back. Stop right there. Stop right there. He made you fall in love with him. All right. Now, I'm not going to ask you, but I'm going to ask Derek. Now, Derek, how did you do that?
Man, it's the lady skills. I was raised by my mom, and my mom always taught me to treat a woman with the utmost respect, and it was really kind of cool that when Felicia and I started dating, one of the few things that I do remember through all of our conversations is you make me feel like I'm the only woman in the room.
Wow.
And still sends chills to my body, and that's ultimately what I try to do each and every day is make her feel like she's the only woman in the room, and that's what it's all about. I'm gonna get choked up, and I'm not trying to.
But that's all right. That's all right. Now that's the one thing that I'm going to continue to keep saying, because I think that's something that's important that a lot of us, and I say a lot of us, I'm talking about everybody, lose focus because of the daily stresses and the daily frustrations and the daily obstacles of work and family and bills and so forth. There's so many different things that we have going on that we do lose focus of our relationships. But to make sure that person feels like they're the only one in the room, they are the most important, is something that is vital, something that needs to be, everybody needs to go back and to check that in their relationships. Because I can tell you for somebody who goes through a lot of stress and a lot of frustration and a lot of different things coming at them, that's one of the things, continue to keep working on. So, man, that's awesome. So now, you knew that Derek was already kind of smitten with you.
I didn't realize until we started dating and he told me like the side things that you were doing behind scenes.
Okay. First of all, so let me go back. Now, here's one thing. Hitch is a movie. Hitch is a movie. Or is it? You know what? There are certain things that you guys were. I mean, you said you were never going to get married, and I'm like, no, that can't be the case. That can't be the case because I knew that Derek was a certain type of way, a certain type of guy, a certain type of man who was going to cherish the woman that was going to be on his arm, and when he had his eyes set on you. That was it. That was it. All he had to do was pull the trigger, and he did. So, which makes it even better. So now you guys have this. So you got together. You dated. Did you know that Derek was going to propose?
Yes.
Okay.
That wasn't a secret.
Yeah,
No.
what was the secret?
Nothing really. I mean, how it was going to happen, yes, but no, we knew because we are older. We have a little bit faster timeline. When we first got together, one of the first things that we talked about was children, because his daughter is so much older than my daughter. I wanted to make sure it was something that he wanted. Otherwise, I didn't want to waste our time. So he wants to have another kid before he hits a certain age, and that's coming up close.
Rather quickly.
Yes.
Well, somebody better hurry up then. But anyway, so now you've gone through the relationship. Now you got engaged. Now you're blending two families together. How tough is that?
It's pretty tough. I mean, we don't parent the same. We were both raised very differently. You know, he was raised by a single mother. I was raised by a single father of girls. So it it's just completely different and trying to figure out what works best for the both of us. And, sometimes we feel like we're getting attacked with our parenting skills when we talk about it, but it's just the nature of it, I guess, blending two households.
Now, blending two households is one thing, but you're also blending two cultures.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yes.
How difficult is that?
Derek, how difficult is that? I'm from a huge family, massive family, and I have siblings. Derek doesn't. He's an only child, so really he doesn't have as many as traditions as I do because he's the only child, so that would be more him.
I don't think it's, as far as a culture, I don't think it's too big of a shock. I'm a roll with the punches kind of guy, and I'm okay with it. There's a lot of things that, I didn't get to do because I don't have siblings. So they get together on Christmas Eve and make tamales, and, they cook together as a family to get that sister time and that family time in. Whereas me being an only child, it was always the focus of me. That's probably been the biggest thing that I've had to adjust to, is having the siblings time and trying to figure out how to not have all the focus on me.
Okay.
So, but it is what it is. It's not like I want all the focus on me. By no means. I'm not that kind of person. I like to be, I would say, kind of in the background. But it's nice because I've always wanted siblings, that I am getting two sisters and a brother to go along with this relationship. So
Well, that's pretty awesome.
yes.
So now, Derek, you have a daughter. You want to give a shout out to her real quick?
14 years old, Caitlin Fry.
There you go. Felicia, you have a daughter.
Yes. Cora, she's only 3.
Okay.
Wee little girl.
You guys want another child,
Yes.
boy or girl?
I'm happy either way. I think Derek's destined to have girls. I think he's just a girl dad. He'd be happy with a boy so he can play football with, but
And do all of that stuff.
yeah, I'm happy either way.
I'm happy either way. When Caitlin was conceived and we were going through the birthing process there and getting all the sonograms, I had Caitlin checked 4 times to make sure it was a girl because I wanted a boy so much. But nothing in my life would I ever change. So if I get another girl, it's just that much more special that I have another girl. But if I get another boy, let's face it, boys are much cuter.
There you go.
You put that little bow tie on. Come on.
Okay.
So-
let me ask the question. If you do get another girl, is the possibility for another child?
No.
Ooh. Oh. Wait.
Probably
You
not.
said no. You said probably not.
She's saying
You just
no
switched
because
it.
of me.
There you go.
Yeah.
She would have another one. It'd have to be something we talk about seriously.
No, we're talking about it now. Let's go. Let's have a discussion about it.
It comes down to the age thing.
Comes down to age.
Even if you're 50 and you have a child,
You're 68 when that
68
child
when
is
graduation.
graduation.
Okay. And
I've got 1 foot in the grave at that time.
so you can't say that. There are many out there who have had kids within the recent years. Just saying.
Yes, I know who you're speaking
I'm
of.
not speaking about anybody. I'm just saying.
Like I said, it would have to be a conversation. Ultimately, I don't want to be too old to not be able to participate in the child's life. So if it means that I have a boy and I'm going out and throwing the ball with my child, I want to make sure I can still throw the ball. So it comes down to a lot of things. Me staying healthy, being able to be active is one thing.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be too old to participate in the
Okay.
child's life.
You can still throw a football at 68. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You can still stand up and cheer. I think one of the best things about it is when they get that college career and then they go on to the professional career that they can, you don't have to go to the bathroom as much because you can wear Depends. And that way, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. So now, we got the relationship, we got the cultures, we got the kids. How does this relationship stay together? The relationship stay together. You move to the next level now you're getting married. How does it stay together? What have you guys learned? What have you guys learned from past relationships that you can use now?
Something that we just used from the very, very beginning was 100% honesty, completely honest with each other. We are older, so we are the people that we are, and we're not going to do a whole lot of changing in our personalities because we are older, and that makes a huge difference. I feel like I work with a ton of girls that are not very big fans of their husbands, but they also got married early in their early 20s, and then I feel like you're not the person that you're going to be.
Okay.
In your 30s.
Okay. So, what advice do you have for others out there who may begin in a relationship, who may or take it back, who are in that relationship for a long period of time, who are still trying to figure it out or trying to figure out what the next step? Because after a while, sometimes you get stagnant. What's your advice? Both of you, give some advice of what you think.
My advice is communication. It's a cliche, and if you talk, I have the fortune of being able to talk to people that have been around and married for a long time. It's not unnatural for people to come into the steakhouse and have their 50th anniversary or their 55th anniversary, and you always ask them, what is your secret? And it's a lot about communication, and it's a lot about honesty that we've both talked about here today. Communication, I would say, would have to be our number one, because if we weren't open and honest with each other when we first started dating, I don't think we would be here. If the conversations about what you want in life, you have to really know what you want in life in order to make the relationship work. It can't be something that just evolves over time. So with our case about wanting another child, we were open and honest about that in the very beginning, that I wanted to have one more, and then we said if we ever decided that we wanted to have a second child after that, it would be a conversation that we would have after that first child.
I wanted two more.
You want two more?
I did originally. I imagined 3 kids. I grew up being the oldest of 3 kids, and then a 4th, my baby sister. But I always liked the idea of having a tiebreaker. But when we talked about it, and then talked about our age, and then talked about wanting to travel when we get older, realistically, we can only have one more child if we want to be able to.
But realistically, you can have 2 to 3, because when you're in the RV and you're traveling, you're going to need somebody that wants to drive when you guys want to take your afternoon naps. I'm just
Very
saying.
true.
So the possibility. And wait a minute. So so let me go back so make sure everybody knows. Felicia, what's your ethnicity?
Hispanic. I come from a very large family. And I don't think he realized, or his mother realized, how large my family was or is.
They'll know at the wedding.
Until we started planning this wedding.
They'll know, because if they have to stand outside, they will stand outside to support their family.
Yeah, my mom is the youngest out of 11, and my dad's the oldest out of 7.
Okay, cool. So yeah. So the possibility, guys, make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to have a YouTube channel on Derek and Felicia so that they will know, so you'll know how many kids they have. And you guys, too, can bet on, I'm joking, that right there. So, guys, give your number, the odds are, and so forth. Now, before we go ahead and close it out, there's a couple of things that I want to ask you, and I want you to be able to look in the cameras and share some of your knowledge of what you guys learned, which Derek has been doing. Somebody that's getting a new relationship, because you said no at first. And then Derek just kind of maneuvered his way, and he communicated, and he told you exactly what he wanted. And you changed your mind.
Yes.
Right. So what are you telling somebody young out there? What are you telling them?
I mean, it's just the love that I have for him, and that's really ultimately what changed my mind. I never thought I could love somebody as much as I love him. So that was just the biggest factor. But honestly, with how many people that I see a day coming through my chair, and I see the older gentlemen and I ask them their secrets, one of them that stuck with me was, as long as you can get through the 7 first years, nothing else, you can get through anything. It's after those 7 first years, because you're going to hit a slump. Once you get through those 7 first years, then you can get through anything.
Wow, that's true. Now, when the 7 years is a really good one. So when you're ready, where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Hopefully being an area manager, taking over more stores, and our kids being in sports.
Our kids. You said kids, so it means you want multiple more. I'm just saying.
We already have 2 kids.
Okay. Now, I knew that. See, now you know how Derek comes out and clarifies that real quick, because Felicia, I'm on your side, girl.
We
I'm
add
telling
one
you,
more,
I'm
that'll
on your
put
side.
us at 3.
What put you at 3?
So our kids in that manner.
Okay, there you go. Now, what's the secret for you guys? Your secret, because there's something that Derek does that just makes you really go, wow, or I love him,
It's my amazing personality and great looks.
Honestly,
she says honestly.
I think that helps, but really, I think it's more the compromising. I'm a very, very headstrong person, and I don't back down easily. And I don't want either one of us to lose ourselves, but he'll tell me no at first, eventually tell me yes, and let me do what I want, and then we find out later after that might not be the best decision. But he really lets me have free range with a reason, but he doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do.
That's awesome. Derek, what's that one thing that Felicia does that just makes you say, wow, or just makes you just like, ugh?
She keeps me young. She definitely keeps me young. She's already said she's very headstrong. I'm a headstrong person as well. So with us compromising together is what keeps us going. So, I don't ever want to hold her back. She's a very ambitious person, so I want her to be able to spread her wings, and I want her to be able to accomplish everything that she wants to accomplish. We're going to pair together nicely. We complement each other.
He grounds me.
He grounds you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That,
for sure.
Now that right there is incredible. Now, one of the things about what I do on the Junior Wakefield Show is I try to find inspiring stories, inspiring people, whether it's in fitness and life in general. And you guys, when I thought of you guys, this is the topic that we haven't jumped on. And I look at you guys and I see something. I see myself years ago. 3 times that 7 years plus some. And I see what you guys are. And one of the things, as you know, most people know my circumstances just with the way our family's been hit by turmoil and just with cancer, and us trying to deal with that has been really tough. And seeing you guys have a foundation is one of those things that most people don't have. Because most people jump into a relationship, they don't communicate as much. You have the initial la 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 la, and then it's like, oh, this is what I expected. But one of the things that I appreciate with you guys is you guys continue to keep talking. You can continue to keep evolving. You continue to keep working. You continue to keep moving forward with what you want to do. And with that being said, it's also being able to try to blend families, trying to be able to work together. live together, continue your love. And there's so many different things that you have working for you because you guys have figured it out. And you guys have, worked. Now, when I tell you, when you get married, the things always change a little bit. But, I'm so proud of where you guys are headed and where you guys are doing. And yes, just want to let you know, I did help facilitate this. So, just to let you know, if they do have a boy, his name will be Junior. So I just wanted to, our Junior will be somewhere in there. And then 20%, for my commission after that. I don't know what Hitch got, but I'm trying to work that out too. So, which is good. Guys, just to let you know, Junior Wakefield does know how to match people together. Now, I may not ever get it right again, but at least I got this one right. So I'm gonna take that one. Now, before we get out of here, please look into the camera, give your shout outs, say whatever you want, tell each other how much you love them, what you're looking for, the people that are not invited to the wedding, that way we can do that now and they don't have to wait. Or for the ones who are invited. If you want me to tell them, I can tell them, that, okay, some of y'all aren't invited. I'm just giving you a heads up. But most of you guys are. So just call me, and then I will let you know. I will just say, nope, you're not invited. So just give you a heads up.
We might Facebook Live it for people that can't travel.
Okay, for the ones that can't travel, you're going to have a Facebook Live for them. That's going to make them, so it's going to be like the show. We're going to give them a shout out every now and then.
Absolutely.
And so then when they're doing Facebook, you're going to have somebody with their phone just going like this to each and every one of them. And then we'll turn around and says, oh, I'm sorry that you didn't make it. No, I'm just playing. So go ahead, give a shout out, say something, give something motivational, whatever you want, finish it out. Felicia, we're going with you first.
Oh, no.
Yes, you did.
Shout out to my parents, Buddy Rodriguez and Linda Rodriguez. They're making my dreams possible and making me the person that I am. And my love for this guy next to me. Don't look at me.
You cry on the show. Shoot. I could say we're going to a commercial break, but that's not going to happen. But anyway, no. That's one of the things that a lot of people don't see. You telling the man that's going to be with you for the rest of your life, how important he is, how much you appreciate him, how much he's wanted, how much you love everything about him. That right there is awesome. No, you go ahead and tell him. I didn't tell him.
She's embarrassed now.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're on TV right there? Is that what it is? Because there's a camera there and a camera there? Don't worry about it. Nobody's watching.
I do love him tremendously. I appreciate him every day for him dealing with my craziness and putting up with the wee one that didn't fall far from this tree. And I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives together.
I got teary-eyed on that one. I had to slow down for a minute. So, Derek?
Shout out to my parents and my daughter. We'll be picking you up from school here in a little bit. But, more importantly, I'd like to shout out to you. Thank you so much for your involvement in our relationship and pairing us together that day when she walked in and you said, hey, Felicia wants to talk to you. Which sent me to go talk to her while she looked at me with the crazy eyes. And I look forward to you being the officiant of our wedding and introducing us into this world. So,
most definitely.
But Felicia, most of all, I want to thank you for putting up with me and my craziness. We have a crazy household and a crazy family that we live with and a crazy dog. But you make my life complete, and I love you with all my heart. And I cannot wait until September 5th when we get married. And all the surprises that we have in front of us.
I feel like he just made up his vows.
I think so too. I will send him, he's on Facebook Live and he's also here so he can be able to look at those again. Listen, before we get out of here, I want to thank you guys both for being here on the show, on the Junior Wakefield Show. It has been awesome. I enjoyed it. I think it's incredible. I think you guys have given some incredible information and so forth for anybody that is beginning a relationship or anybody that's looking to get married. I give a shout out to, of course, my family and foremost. I give a shout out to Tracy. I give a shout out to Zachary. I give a shout out to Brevin. I give a shout out to Landry. I give a shout out to my dad. I give a shout out to my sister. Basically, you stole me money. But anyway, I give a shout out to everybody out there that is working on a relationship, who goes through a tough time, who's struggling, who's having a hard time, who just trying to find out where they're at. Communicate. Talk it out. Communicate. Remember the day that you met, and that feeling that you have, continue that feeling and work on that feeling. Because I think that what these guys have shown is something from the day that they started to where they're at now, and to where they're at 10 years or 15 years and 20 years from now with 4 kids. I think that you will understand and see exactly what life is all about. One of those kids is going to be named Junior, just to give you a heads up. Guys, thank you very much for watching the Junior Wakefield Show. Please give a shout out to Derek and Felicia for being here today. It is awesome. I'm so glad you were here. Now we're getting ready for the What's on Your Plate show, that they can try some of my cooking and give me an opinion. But, this was great. I enjoyed having you. I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Dallas Crilly, the producer today. He is my producer. I appreciate all that he does, and you're going to see him on What's on Your Plate. Guys, thank you very much for watching the Junior Wakefield Show. Thank you for Derek Fry and Felicia Rodriguez Fry. Is he going to keep Rodriguez?
It's up in the air right now.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. If you guys look at their little banner cross, I think that's funny. Thank you guys for watching Junior Wakefield Show, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.